Delish.
Welcome back to our channel.
Welcome back. We wanted to address the fact that a lot of you have been asking.
But no one asked them.
JK. Literally no one has
Literally
asked.
not one person. Not one comment.
Not one comment. We
They're
probably have
asking.
2 comments. It's mostly from my mom and my dad.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's literally, that's it. But it's fine. No one has asked, but we are going to change things up today, and we're going to talk about how we met,
How we came about.
or rekindled rather. We can talk, that's the bigger story. And rekindled the flame. I mean, there was no flame in the beginning.
There was no flame.
Yeah, but we'll get there. We'll get to that point. Yeah. And then, for fun, right after we talk story time, we're going to ask each other questions that we haven't asked each other at all. Mm-hmm. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
All right. Nice, all comfy? Good?
Comfy.
Talk about story time, about how we became to be.
How we became.
Living La Vida Guida. Yes. Okay. So let's take you back down on a trip.
Lane.
Yeah, on a trip down memory lane. It all started back in 2013. I was a sophomore in college. We both went to Syracuse University. I was a sophomore. Alessandra was a senior. That's right. And I was pledging DSP, which is Delta Sigma Pi, the professional business fraternity. And so I decided to pledge that group, and who would have known that I would have met the love of my life, my future husband. I would have never guessed it. If someone told me that back then, I would have been like, yeah, okay.
You are joking!
I had maybe itty bitty, a tiny bit crush. No, it was this small. It was like
this.
Oh, please.
Like this much.
I just thought you were cute. Okay, let's settle down. Let's not get carried away.
Simmer.
I just thought you were cute.
I just saw you on the street and thought you were cute.
I mean, the flames weren't lit yet because we were just acquaintances. Yeah. I feel like we were just oh hey, hi, how's it going? Saw each other in the atrium, but that was the extent to that. There was nothing past that. And you were also 1 foot out the door.
1 foot at the door.
You were ready to go into the job world, and I still had 2 more years of school left. So there was no way that we would have worked back then. No way, not a chance.
And I wasn't looking for love. I was hanging out with friends. And
I mean, I wasn't looking for love at all.
My best life.
Fast forward, 2016. Picture Syracuse in the Final Four. I know, it's crazy. It was the last time they were in the Final Four. And then me and my 2 friends, Kendra and Emma, we decided to go to the Social Bar, which is where Alessandra was. And fun fact, the necklace that I never take off my neck, it has the coordinates of Social Bar.
That is true.
Yeah. And Alessandra got it for me, and it's so cute.
That was before COVID. It did. It was out of business before COVID.
Yeah, so sad that it went out of business. We couldn't get to go again. But and so I ended up at Social Bar, and they have 3 levels. We decided to go there because it was much more spacious. We wanted to watch the Syracuse game without people all up in your space. Ugh, imagining that now is terrible. Yeah. We get to Social Bar, and then I go to the 2nd floor. Oh, you were on the 3rd floor. Because then
we both went on the 2nd floor.
No, I was originally on the 2nd floor. Then we decided to walk around, me, Kendra, and Emma, and then we saw you and Jack. And then we're hey, and I was telling him oh, I'm on the 2nd floor, you should come down, whatever. And then you came down.
But I had prior,
Well, first we were having a great conversation. Super nice. It was sparks were flying. I was oh my God,
we were
vibing. And then you could take it from here on your side of the story.
I had a prior commitment with another female.
Yes.
To come to the same exact bar.
Mm-hmm. She didn't. She wasn't a Syracuse person. She didn't go to Syracuse, so.
This was before I knew Melinda was gonna be there and all that kind of stuff. So we went up to the 3rd floor, and we were watching the game, and then coincidentally, some girl spilled a drink on her, Next thing you know, we were walking down from the 3rd floor to the 2nd floor, and she's like, "You coming home with me? Cause I'm all wet." I'm like, "I'm watching the game. What are you crazy?
What are you, nuts?
We're in the Final Four." So I went back and I was like, "You know what? Works out perfect. You get to see Mel." And then I went over to Mel
And he
and
clinked
your
my
beer,
beer.
and the rest is history.
The rest is history. My perspective, we had a great conversation, and he told me that he was going to meet one of his buddies downstairs,
A
who
friend.
just a friend.
A friend. Didn't say buddy.
I think you said buddy.
I-
So that's why I thought
Buddy.
I assumed
Buddy.
guy, like guy friend, whatever.
My buddy.
My buddy. And so then I was like, okay, he's gonna come back with his buddy. Then it's already now like halftime, and I'm like, where is this dude? Like, I thought we had a great conversation. There was a point where I decided to go look for him, and I'm like looking around, and I'm just like, yo, where he at though? Like, where he at though? Where he at? I didn't know that there was a rooftop outdoor area because that was my first time going to social bar. So he's lucky that I didn't know
He lucky.
all the nooks and crannies. Because if I would have saw you like hanging out with another girl, I would have been like, okay, forget it. It would have been donezo.
You are so lucky. You don't know how good you got it.
The stars
Donezo.
align.
Yeah, the universe
Boof.
was calling.
It's like the universe tilted and brought her to me.
That was the story how we rekindled, and after we exchanged numbers, like we started texting every day, and it took him like 4 freaking days to ask me
Do you know how
out.
many sunset that is? How many sunsets?
4 sunsets.
Wow.
He took forever just to ask me
Wow.
out on a date. And I vividly remember the day because it was a Wednesday. We saw each other on that Saturday. Wednesday, my phone buzzed because we were chatting. We missed the conversation. You were just like, "Oh, like what if like I took you out on Friday?" And I was like, "Ooh, my god!" And I got so giddy.
Oh, I'm so excited.
But then we had a date on Friday, and it was the longest, best date
It was really nice.
of my life.
My life too.
So it was nice. It was very nice. And longest meaning that like literally after dinner, then we had drinks, then we decided to go get ice cream sandwiches, and then we decided to go to another bar. So we were just like
Yeah, we just like lived in the Lower East Side
literally
for 8 hours.
for 8 hours
Yeah.
like straight. It was crazy.
Living our best life.
Yeah. And it was so nice. And yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
And then you asked me out and again, literally the next day. I was like, okay. Yeah. So yeah. And then we can continue to hang out, and now the rest is history.
And now he put
Now
a ring on
he
it.
put a ring on. That's right. And then we're gonna be married next August. And that's the story of us. Wow.
That's the story of us.
That's the story of us. So, and now we're going to ask each other some questions.
Some interesting, fun questions.
Yeah. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it, baby.
You good?
When the thing go ta ta ta, I mean go.
Are you
I
okay?
gotta do that one.